Good morning from Wayne's Golf Carts out here in Indio, California. It's been a long time since I made a video, and I'm feeling a little healthier now than I have been, so I'm going to try to make a video real quick on my own personal golf cart. I need to replace the front wheel bearings, because they're creaking, which means they're getting dry out here in this heat. And tomorrow is going to be 119 degrees. But I'm here at home, actually in a neighbor's garage, and I'm going to show you how to replace the front wheel bearings on your club car Precedent. And some of the things I'm going to show you, and I'll tell you as I go, like jack stands. You're going to see me not using jack stands because they're at the shop, and by the time I go get them and bring them back, temperature is probably going to raise another 15 degrees. So anyway, I'll tell you what to do and show you what to do, and if I'm doing something different, I'll let you know. So let me turn the camera around and kind of show you a couple things. Okay, this is my club car Precedent that I built for my wife. So I'm getting ready to jack this thing up. I've got my impact set to pull the wheels off. I've got my floor jack over there to jack it up. I've got my, matter of fact, I'm going to put this behind the back wheel right now, my wedge to keep the cart from rolling. What else do I have? I got a little WD-40, and I've got my DeWalt grease gun, because there's two fittings on there that I'm going to try to grease while I have this. Well, the other thing is the wheel bearings. When you replace them, you probably won't do this the way I do, but this is a front hub. This is the hub I'm going to show you, and it's got two wheel bearings in it. That's the back. That's the front. Both bearings are the same exact bearing. They're sealed. There's nothing you can do. You don't grease them. Since they're sealed, they're supposed to be, as long as the life of them, they're supposed to be okay. But mine are dried out and they're creaking, and you probably won't be able to hear it, but I'll try to spin the wheel and let you see. But I'm going to tell you, this is very simple to do. But what I do, I have these hubs. I've got spare hubs. So what I do when I do a cart, I just have two of these I've already got on the shelf cleaned up, and I put the two new bearings in them. So like these are off some other Precedent that I've replaced before. So if I come out to somebody's house, I just pull the wheel off, pull the hub off, slap these on, and put it back together, and I don't have to fart around trying to knock these old bearings out on site. And it's a lot faster. But for you, it's very easy. When you pull this hub off, make sure you have your new bearings in hand before you attack this. But once you pull this off, all you have to do is knock them bearings out. See what they are? Just knock them out, get a piece of screwdriver, a piece of PVC, something, and just try to knock them out if you can. Now, there's a lip in here. You can't push this all the way through. You have to pull this back one, you need to pull it off from the back, out from the back. This front one, you need to pull it out from the front. Once you get one of them out, the other one's very easy to get out. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to pull that off, and I'm going to put these on there. And the other thing I was going to tell you, these bearings, do not go to Club Car and try to buy these bearings. They're paying way too much. This is a very common bearing you can get. I buy these things 20 at a time off of Amazon. And the number, let me tell you the number on these. Write this down, because if you're going to replace this, what you need is a 6204-2RS. Okay, you won't be able to see the number. It's right there, but it's 6204-2RS. Anyway, just find that bearing anyway. They're cheap. Those bearings are very cheap unless you go buy them from a dealer, but there's nothing special about it. You don't need to buy them from Club Car or any golf cart company. Get on Amazon and buy those as long as you have the same number I gave you and they're sealed. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to get my floor jack under here, the front, and I'm going to jack this thing up. And I will be back. Okay, I've got this jacked up. I've got my wheel stop behind it so it can't roll backwards. The placement of my jack, let me see if I can get underneath here. There, you can see where it is. It's on that flat plate underneath the front. And I jacked it up just enough to get the wheel off the ground. Okay, got my tarp to collect any dirt or crap that falls off, because this is not my garage. Let me see something. I was trying to see if you can hear the creaking. You really can't hear it until the weight. There you can. Hear that clunking? That is the wheel bearing. So I've got my 3/4 inch impact socket. I've got my impact. I got my knee pad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get down there. I'm going to remove this wheel. Then once I do, I got to remove the cap that's on there, the axle cap. And then we have to get the right size socket to pull that nut off. And we'll pull the entire hub off. So let me get the other hub. Oh, that one's going to town. Let me get the hub ready, just in case I get lucky, because once I get down here, it's hard for me to get down and get back up because I'm old. I got 2 fake knees, a fake hip, a fused back, and a plate in my neck. So I'm going to try to get down here and do this, okay? So let's see. Let me turn the camera off. I need 2 hands to get down. Okay, I'm going to see if I can do this with the camera right there. Okay, let me pull these lug nuts off. Okay, I got the 4 lug nuts off. I'm going to pull the wheel off. Pull my lug thing out. Now, this is where you should have jack stands. I don't have mine, so I'm sliding this tire underneath half of my cart. So in case this falls, it'll catch, see the frame will catch this. So now I got to remove this nut and then pull this off. Oh, you can really hear that now. Listen. Hear that? So let me see what size I need for that. And I'll be right back. Okay, that nut, I just took it off, is 13/16. Okay? It's in my socket, so it was right here. I took that off. Now we're going to pull this off. Oh, the bearing just fell right out of it. Look what's happening here. Anyway, I don't know if you can see this. This is the old one. Trying to see if you can physically see anything wrong with it. You can't. But like I say, I'm going to save this whole thing. I'm going to throw these bearings, knock these bearings, throw them out. Keep this little sleeve that goes in there, or spacer, and we'll put them back in there. So I pulled that out. This is good. My the shaft is not dirty or rusted or anything. Nice. Now you can put, if you want, you can put some anti-seize sealant on there. I'm not going to, but I am going to just slide this new one right over there. Yeah. Then I'm going to take my nut, put it right back on there. See that? Now I'm going to tighten it up. Be careful when you're messing around this cart that it doesn't fall, but that sucker's on there tight. Nice. So that's all there is to replacing the wheel bearing, other than knocking the old one out. What I was telling you, see, once you get one out, you can just stick anything in there. You can stick a socket, a piece of PVC, a screwdriver, and just hammer and blow that other one out the other side. Then you just clean this hub up, and you put, these are not directional. It doesn't matter which end you put in first. You just put this in there like this, and then you push it in or tap it in, put a socket on there and tap it. The other side, the back side, you tap it, it'll stop once it gets flush here. So get this other one out. So anyway, that's it. That's all there is to. I'm going to put the wheel back on here. Then I'm going to try to squirt a little grease in there. But this is it. When we rebuild the entire front end, we put all new bushings. We put the A-frame bushings, which are up on top there. We put all these, we rebuild the spindles. We put new leaf spring bushings in. We do that whole thing. We charge $350, but that's what we do. So let me put this tire back on. Then I'll do the other side, okay? Oh, and the other thing, when I put this tire back on, and I put the lug nuts on, while it's jacked up, I'm gonna put these 4 lug nuts on hand tight, and you're going to do a crisscross pattern. You get one on, then you go diagonal, you get one on, and you do that. Once you get them finger tight, then you let the jack down and put the weight on the tire on the ground, then tighten those up. Okay, that's the proper way to do this. So let me do the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay. I'm lubing the cart now, and what I've done, I've already did the other side. I realize everybody does not have their own lube gun, but if you do, it doesn't need to be fancy like this. It's 18 volt, the Walt that I have. But you can buy them cheap old hand pump grease guns, a whole set for like 20 bucks, pretty much anywhere, even Walmart's auto supply or auto departments. But on the Precedent, this is the driver's side. See the zert fitting right there? What I'm going to do is clean that off. I'm just going to grab it. See, I cleaned it off. And you can see where the grease is spilling out from the last time. I'm going to wipe that off. But once I wipe that off, just do it right now, I'm going to hook my grease gun up to that zert fitting, and then I'm going to squeeze my trigger, and it's going to shoot grease in there, and you do it just a couple pumps until it starts squirting out the bottom. Let me see if I can do this with, there, you can see it just started squirting out right here. So that's all you need to do. I'm going to wipe this excess off so it's not dropping on my floor later. Get this off, see? That's it. I'll wipe that off. So that's really all you have to do as far as lube. That you need a special tool. But also while I'm under here, I take, in this case, WD-40, and I spray it a little bit on all the bushings that I have. And I spray it on, let me see if I can show you my steering knuckle. It's kind of dark here. It's that, what you see up there, that's the steering shaft my hand's on. And it's got, you can't see it because it's dark, but there's a knuckle right here. So I'm going to spray some WD-40 on that knuckle. That's why I got this tarp underneath it. So there, you can probably see it dripping down there. And then I'm going to spray a little at this end on this other knuckle. Again, I don't know if you can see it, but let me get this out of the way. Okay, that's it. My cart is lubed in the front, and I've changed the front wheel bearings. That's simple. And let me try. The two sockets that I used for the lug nuts was 3/4 inch deep impact socket, and the socket that I used to get the nut off of the spindle shaft there was 13/16. Again, it was an impact socket, which are a lot heavier duty than your normal chrome sockets that all you guys have in your toolbox. So that's it. This creaking is done on my wife's golf cart, and we can go now. And just wanted to show you a real quick video on that. So hopefully I need to make a couple more videos, and I will get them out. I appreciate all you people buying parts from me from my website at waynesgolfcarts.com. I got rid of my eBay store. They were killing me on the fees. I couldn't sell you guys parts and pay the fees that eBay was charging me. So everything now is on my website at Wayne's Golf Carts. Any part you need for club cars. And even though I don't have them all listed, send me a text at 760-393-1314, and I can help you find or sell you parts. And also, I appreciate every single day I get emails and texts, and I will put those numbers and email address below. So I'm definitely willing to help you, and I can help you troubleshoot through email or texting, and I'll do that for free. If you insist on wanting to talk on the phone, and you do have to book a time, and I do charge for my time because I'm pretty busy, believe it or not. So thanks from Wayne's Golf Carts in Indio, California. I had to go back and edit a little bit this video when I saw the crappy off-camera thing I was trying to show you about the bearings. So I'm sticking this in the middle of the video, and this is what I was trying to show you. Okay, these are the old wheel bearings, but when I was telling you from the back, when you're going to install the new wheel bearing, this one's easier to see, you lay the bearing on there and you just tap it down till it's flush flush with this back lip. Now, if you look, if this camera will allow, you can only hit it in so far there. You look in that hole, you'll see there's a lip that will stop the bearing from going any farther on the other side, down in there. If you can see. So anyway, once you get the back bearing pushed all the way in, and don't hammer on this thing, don't hammer directly on this. Put a piece of wood over it or something and just lightly tap on this thing and tap it till it's flush. Once you get that back one in, there's this little spacer that's in there. Clean it up, drop it in there. Drop it in there like that, sits right in the middle. And then you take your other bearing, this is the front bearing, you stick it on here, and you get a socket or a piece of PVC or something, put it on there, and just tap lightly and drive it in. It will stop because you can see the little catches, those three little, those three little catches right there. That's you drive it in until it hits there and stops. That's why you see it's down in there a little bit. That's how you know how far to go. Once it hits there, you stop. You make sure this little spacer in there is in the middle like that. Put your finger in there and get it so it's not off center. And that's it. It comes out and it looks like this. Okay? That's what I was trying to show you, and it was all off center. So I apologize for that.